morning, everyone,
hey.
and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McFoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp.
And that was Asaph Adonai on piano. Asaph, what was that?
That is a song called Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
And we'll find out more about that song later.
Yes, but the big news that's happening today is a little bit of the weather. And the weather is going to be cool today. It's going to be in the 70s, only because the sun's going to be covered up by all this hazardous smoke that's in the air. You can expect hazardous conditions to start at 9, oh, where was it again? Let me just double check.
I believe it was from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight.
Yes. I was going to say 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. But it's actually going to be 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight is hazardous conditions. And by hazardous conditions, they say that you're not supposed to be outside for more than an hour. But I suggest you just avoid outside as much as you possibly can.
When I came out to my car this morning, there was ash on my car. So instead of raining men, it's raining ash, which hurts less, but it's not as fun.
Did you say raining men?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Raining men, raining ash. But, you know, when it's raining men, it's just like, don't follow me, I want to live today. But it's not as fun. But raining ash is just hazardous. Yeah, so stay inside, you guys. If there's ash, like, out that's visible, it's probably in your lungs.
Yep.
That's your dramatic Friday.
But, of course, we do have some new programming happening tonight. It is Friday, and Asaph Cafe is on tonight on MCAT. With the very own aging punk rocker, and I'm assuming since he retired from his show, Awful Truth of Society, he'll be trying to come on TV as much without having to edit. He does it just in like the editing form, and he's a tape-to-tape guy.
Yep.
And by tape-to-tape, I mean VHS, and by VHS, I mean VHS.
VHS.
You should know what VHS is.
We're the only ones in Missoula that still have a VHS.
No.
No, I know, I'm kidding.
I'm pretty sure KCS still uses tapes, but I could be wrong. But anyways, here's a little taste of Asaph Cafe.
Segment of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai, and we're on our brand new set. And for today's edition, I'd like to introduce Emmett again. He's been on our show before.
Yep.
And our regular guest, Linda Brooks Curtis, she's here, and it's always a delight to have her on the show. And our hostess, Patty Reed, she'll be on the next show with our mascot, Pee-wee. So we're going to just enjoy this show. We have our lunch here in the cafe and our food.
All right,
nice.
So that's a little bit of Asaph Cafe. And that's usually on most days. It runs on Thursdays, like at 5:30.
Thursday, and then it repeats on Friday.
And then, so you have guests on, and you guys, you play the piano?
Yeah, it's like an interview show. The only difference is they get to eat real food, and they just talk to me as I play the piano. That's it.
Oh, that's okay.
So and anybody can come on your show, and
anybody can come on.
Okay, so how can people get a hold of you in case they want to just come hang out, listen to music, and be on television?
Here.
What? I'm sorry.
Just
what?
have them call the studio here if they want to be part of the show, or they can just send me an email.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your email?
AsaphAdonai@hotmail.com.
So AsaphAdonai@hotmail.com.
Yeah, or just call the studio here.
Yep, you can call us at 542-6228. And also you can get you can find out more information about Wake Up Missoula and MCAT by logging on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. So nice we had to name it twice. You can also like us on our Facebook page. Oh, it looks like I got a message, but probably not for Wake Up Missoula. But then there's you can also follow us on Twitter. I'll tweet you back. Oh, we have 3 notifications.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. But of course, you can also follow Missoula Community Access Television. It's MCAT TV Missoula, so you find it at MCAT TV Missoula, and also
oh, Facebook got confused.
Facebook,
like MCAT on Facebook too.
Missoula Community Access Television also has our own Facebook page that forces you to like Facebook to continue going on here to watch video on demand, MCAT highlights, see the channels, local live, and our YouTube channels, and you can also put your video on TV in one simple step. You just have to fill in the URL, your name, email, and program title, and boom, you can be on TV just like that.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so it's just that easy, everyone. Yeah. And so we also have our Do It in 72.
Yes, Do It in 72.
I just want to have you guys all keep that in mind. It's going to be coming up in October. So October is when we're going to give out the certain elements you need to have in your video and give out more information. But I just wanted to, plug it, keep you guys in mind about Do It in 72.
So let me ask you, what is Do It in 72?
Do It in 72 is a contest where you have to make a video in 72 hours with the elements that we give you. And so last year's elements was like you have to be nice to an animal.
Yes.
Kind gesture to an animal. I think it was have 72, the number 72 somewhere.
Always. Singing.
Singing, and then...
And finally, the last one, I'm vamping so I can think about it. The last one was that you had to say awesome sauce or have awesome sauce in it.
Yeah, so it was great. It was really good.
It was really good. Too many people made commercials without awesome sauce, and it was just...
I like the one that Kyle and that other guy did about the awesome sauce and how it's like addicting.
Oh yeah, and then they killed the guy and ate him.
Yeah, that one's pretty funny.
He got obsessed with it. It was like, oh, there's Orange Street Food Farm.
Yeah.
Anyways, we do have some new programming happening tonight, and I think that you guys should watch it because it is Tell Us Something.
Oh yeah.
From last month. It is like, oops, I changed my mind. Or is it Oops, I Changed My Mind?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Oops. I wanted to do, I was just thinking of Britney Spears and it's like, Oops, I did it again. It should have been Oops, I Did It Again.
Yeah, should have been.
And like Mark's gonna take it and like change the name so he doesn't have to give me credit. But anyways, we have also have Barbara Wold, and she's also gave one of her lectures. So we showed this once before the other day, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and she talks about business and stuff and good customer service.
Awesome.
So here is what's new on MCAT, channel 189 tonight.
If you're going to ever do a contest where you put a percentage off on a balloon or anything, you know, from 10 to 50% off, you never start at 10. You always start at 15. Because somebody pops it, they say 15%, they feel they're better than 10%. So they're already a winner. Have you ever heard of seeding a parking lot? Car dealers seed a parking lot. You're walking, their outer lot rather. You're walking through their lot looking at cars. You find a quarter on the ground. Aren't you going to think it's your lucky day?
Being up here is a small victory. I agreed to do this last September when I was in transition from Seattle to Austin, Texas, stopping to visit and say hi really quick. Mark asked me on a whim, "You want to do this? June 9th, 2015. Yes. So I'm here. I made up my mind. In the interim, making up my mind has always been really difficult because it's hard to tell a story about changing your mind when you can't really make your mind up about anything because you can't change it if it's not set on something. So anyways, I've always believed that it's really, really critical to have a balance between choice and chance, free will and predetermination.
All right, so that's brand new tonight on MCAT, so you should totally check it out.
We also heard that Mark Moss is going out to Burning Man, and he will be taking Tell Something out there, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and they also gave him like $10,000, something like that. So that's great. Getting involved with a huge art community like that is going to be really beneficial to Tell Us Something, and hopefully Tell Us Something will be able to go across the country and across the world. Yeah. But I've got some events right now.
Some crazy events with Noelle.
Most of the events that I want to talk about is Fringe Fest and Total Fest because that's what's going on this weekend. Total Fest is the last one. This is their 14th year. It's going to be done forever. And Fringe Fest is their 3rd year, but since Michelle moved, who knows if it's even going to happen next year. So I want to specifically highlight Fringe Fest and Total Fest, but I've got some things. For, other than that. So right now I've got a bunch of children things going on. So starting at 9:30 this morning is Family Fun Time. Is over at Mismo Gymnastics. This is an open gym for ages walking to 12 years. It's just a supervised environment full of obstacle courses, trampolines, foam pits, you know, all the fun stuff you could want to just fly into. And so it's $5 for members, $8 for non-members. And then there's a Fringe Festival event going on at 10 a.m. this morning, so I'm going to read you guys what that is. It is put on at the Senior Center, and it's a storytelling It's an opportunity to find and tell personal stories. So you can enjoy and rediscover your own stories together with story keepers Susie Richo at Missoula Senior Citizen Center. And this is Michelle's mother-in-law that's doing this. And so they're just going to be talking about stories from your lives, yeah. So it'll be from 10 to 11. It's a free event, and it's going on at the Senior Center this morning. So that's one event that you can check out. And then over at the Missoula Public Library, starting at 10:30, we have Tiny Tales. This is for babies ages birth through 3 years. And they will sing songs and learn finger plays and nursery rhymes and hear stories. Yeah. And then Family Fun Time is over at the Missoula Public Library at the same time at 10:30. And this is, they have a themed story time on the Dragon Rug, which may include art and activities. Yeah. And a song. Yeah. And then they have preschool playgroup over at Bitter Gymnastics starting at 11. This is $8 to drop in, $12 for siblings. It only goes from 11 to 12. And they set up different activities and stations, and the children and parents get to move around and decide what they like to do. And then over at Spectrum Discovery area, their Discovery Bench is Pressure, and their Brain Lab is Wiggling Worms. And then the Missoula Public Library has got their kids table where ages 18 and under can go and get some food with no questions asked from noon to 1 at the library. It usually happens Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and Fridays obviously, because it always is on Fridays that it says that. Yeah. And then like I said, it's Fringe Festival and the very last Total Fest. So I'm going to be talking about some things going on at Fringe Festival tonight. Starting at 5:30 is Jesus plus Drugs equals Beauty, and that was Leslie, who was on our show on Wednesday. This is her one-woman show. And so, like she said on Wednesday, it's her testimony about how God brought her out of a drug addiction. And so God is a fairy-like English woman who brings 7 different drugs through a 7-step recovery program. Yeah, so you can check that out. That'll be at the Crystal Theater and at the Roxy Theater starting at 5:30. It'll be at the Crystal tonight at 5:30. Then over at the Zootown Arts Community Center, they were having a camp all week called the Zach Girls Rock Camp, where it's a spinoff of the Zach Boys Rock Camp, where the oh no, it's
no,
the girls.
it's the
Excuse me, everyone.
Prima Nocta original camp.
Prima Nocta.
I just like saying that word. I don't even know what it means.
I don't either.
Anyways,
it sounds fun.
But the Girls Rock Camp is the very first rock camp that started with the Zach.
I know, I should.
And then the Boys Rock Camp evolved from there.
Yes.
And I guess they just don't want the boys and girls together a lot of times because there'd be a lot of fighting and egos in the way for sure.
Yeah, and.
But I think like there should be a solid. There probably is a mixed group camp. There's probably girls rock, boys rock, and then. Because like girls rock differently than boys. Yeah. That's like that's like plain as day. And the same thing happens with our movie making camp. Is that girls make different movies than boys want to make different movies.
Yep, it's very true. It's very true.
There were a lot of princess movies that wanted to be made.
Really? Oh, cute.
I want to be a princess.
Princess. I want to be a zombie.
Remember that tutu that we have that we got from the I guess the rummage sale at the MCT.
Did you guys,
they kept wearing it, and of course, like it was funny because the boys that wanted to wear it because they knew it, they get it. A lot of the boys who got it because they knew it was gonna be funny, they wore it because it was funny. Yeah. If a girl wore it, it's just like, oh, it's a girl in a tutu.
But a guy wore it, it's funny.
Yeah.
Good job, kids. It's all about comedy.
Yeah, and it's over, and I'll talk more about it after your segment.
After my segment. All right. Well, okay. So as I've been saying, the Zach Girls Rock Camp is going to be at the Top Hat Lounge for their family-friendly Friday. So they'll be performing at 6 p.m. this evening. And then over at Hastings on Brook Street, they're having a cafe. They're having a poetry slam contest. And so it's a suggested donation of $3 for those people that want to attend or participate. Yeah. And so it has to be an original slam poem that is no longer than 5 minutes, and it's taking place tonight at 6 p.m. And then over at Caris Park, they are celebrating the 25 of the most progressive Montanans under the age of 25 while drinking the state's best beer and eating from Missoula's most renowned food trucks. That just sounds lovely. So you can go out and celebrate 25 of the most progressive Montanans under the age of 25. But I don't really know who that's according to. So it'd be probably
according to me.
Yeah, it'd probably be good to check that out. Because if it's like according to like some average Joe Schmo, I don't know.
Like me.
Like Scott.
Yeah, I make up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do. What do you think one of them is?
I think one of them is a very important for the infrastructure of Missoula's ecology.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was good. Let's cut off the fly. Okay, so now we've got another Fringe Fest event. This is Reserve Champion. This is by Chris Peeler, who is also on our show on Wednesday. And this is going to be in the Crystal Theater at 6:30 p.m. It's his one-man show about his adventures as a boy riding a show pony in the 80s and how he was about the only boy doing it with a bunch of girls. And so his experience with that. And so that's at the Crystal at 6:30 this evening. And then over at the Missoula Public Library, they have a cheap date night at 7, and they have a free feature film. Yeah. Don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be there. And then over at the Shakespeare Company, they are having a poetry reading to raise money for Garden City Harvest. It's called Fresh and Local. So you can hear some great poems and donate to, and all the donations will go to Garden City Harvest. Yeah. And then we have got some more Fringe Festival things. We've got this show called Venus in Fur, and that is going to be this evening. And let me read it. Let me find it in the pamphlet and read it to you guys. 1 second. Venus in Fur. Okay, great. So this is going to be at the Downtown Dance Collective starting at 7:30 to 9 p.m. this evening. It's a suspense-packed study of the erotics of power, and that provides a seriously smart and very funny stage seminar on the destabilization nature of sexual desire. Sweet. Yeah. This is called Venus in Fur. It's going to be at the Downtown Dance Collective this evening. And then Chambers Stevens, who was also on our show on Wednesday. It seemed like everyone that was on our show, their performances were on MissoulaEvents.net. So that's kind of nice, yeah. And so Chambers is one of the #1 acting coaches in LA, and he has been doing a couple workshops this week. But his one-man show is going to be tonight at the Crystal Theater at 8 p.m. It's called Who You Know. And what he does, he has a bunch of cards, and on these cards he has different names of celebrities and musicians and actors or writers. And then he flips up the card, and then he tells a different story about that person that he has met. So some of them are funny, touching, exciting, inspiring, but all of them are true.
It's mostly like called It's Who You Know, name dropping in Hollywood.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then there is another performance. It's called What I Learned from Porn. It's going to be at the Crystal Theater from 9:30 to 10:30.
And MCAT's going to be filming that one too.
Oh, cool.
So if you missed that, it will be on MCAT in 2 months.
Perfect. Yeah, 2 months. That's how our programming works. But so it's a one-person show, and it is about his assorted stories of his life as the highest-paid porn star that never took off his clothes. Wow, that's gonna be really interesting. Yeah, so you can find out how he learned.
How he had to keep his clothes on.
Yeah, how he had to keep his clothes on. Yeah, that's amazing.
I guess he was behind the camera. That doesn't make sense.
That's what I would think too. Yeah. Behind the camera, highest paid porn actor behind the camera, or maybe he was.
No. I remember this story because he's done this before. He's come through Missoula before.
He has. Yep.
And he mentioned that he's like the bonus actor who drops off the girl at the doorstep or something.
Oh,
that's what he's saying. He's just like the extra who just kind of walks by and leaves.
Oh, that's hilarious. And most highest bid. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, you guys check that out. Scott will be filming it. That sounds like it's gonna be really interesting.
Yes, I'll be filming porn tonight.
Yes. Great. But we also have Total Fest. Total Fest is this weekend. Started last night. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. And this is the last year. It's 14 years in the making, and this is the last year of it. So this is what's going on for Total Fest this evening. And so starting at Friday, doors open at 8 p.m. It's at the Badlander, the ZAC, the VFW, and the Palace. So starting at Friday, August 21st, this is VFW, doors open at 8. Midnight Hot Dog, Hot Victory, Old City, Mike and Rick, and Divers. And then at the Badlander, the doors open at 7:30. Ancient Forest, Megabog, Shaw's, Smiling, Free Music, C Average, Vaz, Dead, and Big Business. And I actually heard Dead on the KBGA last night, on the radio yesterday, not the KBGA, but they're pretty sweet. Total Fest is like a punk rock festival. If you guys don't know what it is or have never been there before, it's a good place to get out all of your angry energy and all that pent-up energy inside you and just headbang and rock out. Yeah. And then over at the Palace Lounge this evening, doors are open at 7:30, and Idaho Green, It Really Is, VHS, Deep Creeps, Cult Leader, Vasis, Dead Bars, and Black Cobra. So those are all the bands that are going on this evening at the venues. You can check out Total Fest. You can go to their website is like just go to the Google. Go to the Google. I don't know why I keep putting that in front of things. Go to Google, type in Total Fest 2015. You'll get to a website, the Total Fest website. You'll be able to see the full schedule if you want any detailed information. But right now we're going to switch gears over to Asaph.
On December 17th, 1969, 40 million viewers watched probably the most watched wedding in the Tonight Show history with Johnny Carson. And of course, we're talking about the one and only Herbert Carey, known to the world as Tiny Tim. That actually happened when they had that wedding of 40 million viewers, and he married Victoria May Buttinger, known to the world as Miss Vicky. And they had a daughter named Tulip Victoria. Yeah. Now, what's interesting about that name, that ties in with his signature song. He had a song called Tiptoe Through the Tulips, which was his #1 hit of all time. You got that clip? Let's show that real quick.
All right.
And then I'll talk a little bit more about him.
Whatever he did with this song.
Oh, tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
And he just sang that over and over throughout his career, playing that ukulele. Anyway, Tiny Tim was an American singer, ukulele player, and he was a musical activist. And of course, that song we just saw, his most famous rendition of Tiptoe Through the Tulips, he had a falsetto voice, and he just sang. He was born in Manhattan, New York, and he described his upper register singing in a 1968 interview on The Tonight Show, where he was just able to sing like that. And some of his songs, his first album in 1968 was called God Bless Tiny Tim, and it featured that song Tiptoe Through the Tulips. And he got nominated for a Grammy Award for his album of For All Little Friends in 1969, which was a collection of children's songs. And throughout his career, he would appear on shows like Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, which was a a comedy show at that time. And he even just surprised even the 2 stars of the show, because they didn't think he was going to do very well, which he did on this Laugh-In show. And that's the way his career was, with that appearance there. And when the novelty began to wear off, he wound up getting lucrative acts in Las Vegas with his ukulele. So Tiny Tim just was somebody that just came up at the right time with a very different act.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And for him, it worked.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
his entire career, it worked.
Yeah, I've seen Tiny Tim before. I remember that song and that story. It's definitely familiar. And so what year was he popular?
Well, he burst on the scene in 1968, and throughout the late 60s and early 70s, he dominated the world. He even had his own version of Sonny and Cher's I Got You Babe, where he did Cher's part with a vocal.
Oh, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Oh, how funny.
Yeah. So that's kind of the extent of his comedy. He didn't do stand-up comedy in the sense of stand-up comedy. He just did more.
He's just entertainer.
Entertain, yeah. That's the way to describe him. And it worked.
Cool.
He had songs like A Tisket, A Tasket, and...
oh, yeah. Just covered all the songs in a weird voice.
Yeah, and that falsetto weird voice, and for him, it worked.
Yeah, and he was just, his persona was so creepy, like, the whole thing would just work.
Well, it seems creepy, but actually he was loved.
Yeah.
He never did any monster movies or anything. He just was there.
Yeah.
Nice. And I used to watch him on TV growing up too, yeah.
Cool.
So that's my story on Tiny Tim. He left the world a different legacy.
Yeah, very cool. Nice, Asaph. Thank you. And then wait, when did we lose him?
Oh, we lost him in, according to these notes here, in '96.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he died in concert.
Oh.
For real. He was performing, he just collapsed and died right on the spot.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I know that's sad, but
that's intense.
if you look at any of the YouTube videos, wherever, you'll just hear him singing that song over and over, and maybe a handful of other songs.
Yeah.
There's no Academy Awards or anything. He just got nominated for one, or
Cool.
I should say Grammy Award. But
Yeah. Cool.
that's it.
Thanks, Asaph.
Sure.
That was musical notes with Asaph Adonai. All right, and now we've got some Saturday stuff going on. The Farmers Market is at the Red Axis from 8 to 1. People's Market is at Pine Street and Higgins from 9 to 2. Clark Fork Market is at Caris Park from 8 to 1. And that's what's all of your markets. And so here's what's going on with Fringe Fest for the weekend. Starting from 3 to 5 is a stand-up comedy workshop with Chris Peeler. So if you've ever wanted to do stand-up comedy, Chris will show you how. So at the Crystal Theater from 3 to 5, $20. Chris is going to teach you how to do stand-up comedy. So it's a low-pressure, hands-on workshop. And he'll teach you how to make an entrance, how to write and perfect jokes, and even how to start your own comedy night. So that starts tomorrow. And then 4 to 4:30, we've got Leslie's show, B, Jesus plus Drugs equals Beauty. That'll be at the Roxy Theater, and that's for $10. And then we have Big Boss Bebule? This is at Crystal Theater from 5:30 to 6:30. And they are they're a music duo. They're from San Diego. They're so they have an European culture. They come from mixed American blues, R&B grooves, Latin, African rhythms. And so they have a contemporary expressionist art. Yeah. So it's a musician duo, and it is going to be at the Crystal Theater. They also played at Forge Fest, and that'll be tonight from 5:30 to 6:30. And then we've got It's Who You Know from 7 to 8 at the Crystal Theater. This is with Chambers Stevens. And then we also have another showing of Leslie's show, B, Jesus plus Drugs equals Beauty. And then from 7 to 8, we have a Night of the Blooming Jasmine. This is going to be under the Higgins Street Bridge. And this is about, it's a free gypsy music event. Yeah, so it's 7 to 8. And then we also have the Masked Artisans, which will be underneath the Higgins Street Bridge. They are going to be doing aerial silks and spinning fire and everything that you want to know about mask, you can. And they're, the artisans that do the aerial flow and aerial silks and all the cool stuff like that. And then also, from 8:30 to 9:30 is more all over the board. This is going to be at the Roxy Theater 3. And this is also another band. It looks like it's 4 men and a lady. And yeah, and so they just play some music. And it's a, let's see. It's a musical and multimedia show. Yeah, so it's kind of like a variety show. Music variety show. And then Reserve Champion is going to be at the Crystal Theater at 8:30. And that is Chris Peeler's one-man show. And then we also have What I Learned from Porn again at the Crystal Theater at 10. Yeah, so that's what's going on for Fringe Fest. You can go to zootownfringe.org to find out the full schedule and more details about who's performing. And then we're going to go over to Total Fest, and this is what's going on Total Fest tomorrow. And so there is a record swap outside of Big Dipper Ice Cream starting at noon tomorrow. And then they have some bands going on. They've got No Fancy, Clarkin himself, and the Best Westerns that will probably be there at the record swap. And then over at the Badlander, the doors open at 7:30 tomorrow. The Magpies, Deface Man, Sasshole, Broken Water, Volumen, The Everyday Shriners, The Everyday Sinners,
Yes.
The Fireballs of Freedom, and Hammerhead. I know The Everyday Shriners.
These are really powerful, strong names.
Yeah, these are all metal bands, so of course.
And I'm excited especially for Volumen because
Yeah.
apparently they haven't been together for like 10 years.
Oh, really?
On and off, and then it's like supposed to be their reunion concert.
Oh, cool.
For the last Total Fest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. And then over at the Palace, starting at 7:30 tomorrow, is Total Combined Weight, Bulldigs, Mr. Dad, Humpy, Shellsag, Naomi Punk, and X Prize Hog. They have a different band name, but I'm not gonna say it. You can look at Total Fest to check it out.
Yeah.
But they used to be, their name is also X Prize Hog. Yeah, so you can check out Total Fest. You can go to, like I said, just go into Google and type in Total Fest 2015 and it'll take you to the event page. You can check out everything that's going on. But that's what's my events. If you want to find out what else is happening in Missoula, check out MissoulaEvents.net. Other than that, you can check out zootownfringe.org, the Total Fest webpage, University of Montana's website, the Independent, or the newspaper. Yeah. But now we've got an art video by Rick.
So we'll be right back after this. All right.
I like that concept. Those are cool pieces. But we've got a little message from Asaph. Asaph has been writing a book, and he wrote a book, and it's been published, and so he's going to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my autobiography is called Supermarket Pianist, and I happen to have a copy here. I don't know if it'll show up on camera. But
Yeah.
Oh, it does. It shows up on camera.
Yeah.
Anyway, the name of the book is called Supermarket Pianist, and I have a book signing scheduled for September 5th at Hastings. So if anybody's in the area, they're invited to come by and be part of this book signing. It starts at 2 p.m., which falls on a Saturday, September 5th. So I'm really humbled for this opportunity to do this.
And then
It's coming up for sure.
How long does it last? 2 until...
They gave me free reign. I can stay all day if I want to.
Great.
Well, I had a very difficult childhood, and I thought it was worth telling the story. Like, for example, you know, I have 2 moms. And my birth mom had some mental health issues growing up, and they didn't have the helps back then. And she used to turn the gas stove on and try to kill everybody in the house. That's the kind of family I grew up in, so I thought that was worth writing about.
I bet it was a really good healing process for you, too, to be able to get out all of that, you know, pent-up emotions. And
yeah, and I say that in the most kind way. I have nothing against my birth mother. I love her, but in a different way than my other mom. But she just had her issues.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fun growing up in conditions like that, and I had some abuse issues growing up, like most children, unfortunately. And I was able to heal from that.
And it shapes who you are today.
Yes.
And you're great, Asaph.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I hope people will come to the book signing and they can read this book and find out more about the past.
I bet they will. Thanks, Asaph.
Sure.
So we'll be plugging that up until his book signing as well. So we'll find out more about that. Yeah, so weeks come on. But
So of course it is towards the end. I know it's the end of summer for me because there's no more summer camps. And we've been hosting the Boys and Girls Club of Missoula County for the last 3 weeks, in which we used the studio, we went outside, we shot some stuff. But this year I did things a little different. I shot most of the video with my handy dandy iPhone. Give me free stuff, Apple.
It looks great. Like, you can't even tell. Like, the first video I ever saw with his iPhone that he filmed, I didn't even know that it was on his iPhone.
Then I told her, oh yeah, I filmed on my iPhone. I was like very nonchalant about it. I was like,
and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's how I am about everything.
But this is the very last video, and as soon as I finished it, I edited it last night instead of doing city council, even though that they were talking about the big hot topic of the exotic animal ordinance.
Oh, were they?
So I just kind of
That's okay. Well, we'll hear about it. We can even talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here is the very last Boys and Girls Club video I shot
Of the
for the summer. This is like the last kids video of the summer for me. It's.
Give me a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Without further ado, here is Get Bob by the Boys and Girls Club of Missoula County.
He's over there. Where did he go? He went that way. I'm bored. Let's mess with Samantha. I agree. I can hear you. What are you talking about? Nothing. Look that way. Ow, my back. Ha ha. Ew. What is that? Ah. I don't think he's gonna hurt us. Hold. We gotta show you something. Now don't freak out. Will you just settle down? Can you look up this thing on your computer? Nope, couldn't find anything. I call Bob. Bob's the burger. I want to call her Gigi. Gigi Bob. How about let's call him Gigi Bob? No, let's just call her Gigi. Gigi Boy. It's a girl. Boy. It's a boy. It's a girl. Boy. It's a girl. It's obviously a girl. Boy. It's obviously a girl. Boy. I'm gonna name it Gigi. No. I'm gonna name it Bob's the Burgers.
I heard you know we're the creatures.
Maybe.
We can either make you a rich man or a broken man.
Go over there.
Get them.
What are we gonna do? Help us, Bob.
That's okay.
Yeah. We need
an assassin.
You call for Creed?
Yes. I need you to bring Becca alive.
Alive?
I need to act like collection.
Oh man, that was a close one. I think we've been wanting forever. I can't believe we lost Gigi. You mean Bob? What's this? I think he left tracks.
I got what you wanted.
Well. Looks like this chair doesn't shake anymore. Whichever one of you fixes, I will bid you a penny or a dollar.
Okay, I'm looking for you for a long time.
Can you help us find the bad guys there? Maybe. If you do, we'll tell you the world's greatest secret. Ooh, let me find it.
Should I have you stuck or unstuck?
Give us back the Furby.
I'm not giving you this back.
Give us back the Bob.
No.
Give me Gigi. Yeah? You're gonna have to get past my Assassin's Creed first.
My name is Creed and I am the assassin.
That's stupid.
No, you're stupid.
You're stupid for coming in our lair with all our technology and stuff. Gigi, run. Hey, took him! Not so fast. Oh no, what do we do? Help us, Bob. Oh.
He's gonna explode. Run!
Where did he go? Up there!
All right, so that was that.
That was pretty funny. Those little things were so cute. They were about 6 and 7 year olds, and they're adorable. But before the video, as what I was trying to say is, Scott and I did 4 camps this summer. Yeah. Scott did 8. That's a whole 2 months. Yeah, of summer camp. So good job, Scott. I can only handle 4. I can only handle
kids for so long.
Yeah, I really can. I know. I mean, there's a reason that I don't babysit.
And people say, it's so great, you get to work with kids. I think that would be so much fun. You try doing it for 7 weeks.
It is fun. For 4 weeks, it's fun. Like, if it's not 4 weeks consecutively, it's fun. Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, it was.
I had a great time. The kids were awesome.
Yeah.
They make great videos. They're smart. They're funny. They're fun to hang out with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a great time. Yeah. But, like, 8 full weeks. Oof. That's when you stop having a good time.
But you can have a good time by logging on to our webpage, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can find out more information. You can watch past episodes, past interviews. This week we're featuring the Fringe Fest on our website, so you can totally check all that out by looking at the videos link right here. But also...
Yeah, like us on Facebook, Wake Up Missoula on Facebook. Wake Up Missoula is also on Twitter. You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter, as well as like us on Facebook. And if you want to find out more information about MCAT, just go to MCAT.org. We are still looking for 2 more board members.
Yes.
If you guys are interested in that, it pretty much you just come and decide the fate of MCAT's financial future. Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. But thanks for tuning in, everyone, for Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McFoy.
I'm Scott Ramp.
All right, and have a great weekend.
Here's Asaph Adonai.